All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late, but not bad. I got out here okay. We are in Fort Langley today. Fort Langley, beautiful, quaint, adorable little Fort Langley. And I'm actually spending the day out here in Fort Langley because later I'm going to Merry and Bright, which is kind of Hallmark Christmas lights and display at an actual Hallmark movie set. We all know how much I love my Hallmark movies. And yeah, that's going on later today. So I thought I would come out early and wander around Fort Langley. The last time I was out here was a couple of years ago in the spring. Uh, Honestly, probably almost looks the same. I don't think it was a terribly sunny day that day either. So right now we are at the corner of Mavis and Glover Road. We are about 35 kilometers outside of Vancouver. So I'm a good 35 kilometers away from home, and it wasn't too bad. It actually only took me 2 hours to get out here on public transit the whole way. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm going to give it a little minute here, and then we'll start doing our tour. So the reason I wanted to bring you out here is because Fort Langley is just a really, really cute little area. And there is lots to see and do. I think probably more of the Christmas stuff would be more visible later, but definitely everything is good for Christmas. Just trying to get positioned here. It is raining a little bit, so I'm going to do my best to be undercover as much as I can. We're actually also just a block or two away from Fort Langley, like the actual fort that I think somewhere in the mid to late 1800s, there was an original Hudson's Bay Company fur trading post out here, all as part of it. So we're going to do a little walkabout here. I'm just going to get myself safely across the street, and then I'm going to flip the camera around, which hopefully will happen a little bit more easily than the last time I was doing that at the Christmas market last week. Now there's lots of little coffee shops, ice cream shops. It is very much a touristy town here. And the shops and everything kind of reflects that. And that's okay because it's just so cute and beautiful here. Okay, now I'm just going to try and, maybe this is it here. I'm going to try and change the screen. Whoops, that did not change it. I need the settings. Oh, bear with me. Oh, yes, I have to do this one, I think. Here we go. Camera. And let's camera 0. Facing the back. Let's try that. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Awesome. So, fun little kind of story here. I had a friend who actually escaped Vancouver last year. Remember, a year ago. So here we are. Check out this cute little area, and then I'll finish the story. So you have the Fort Pub and Grill right across the train tracks here. There is a little Fort Langley Train Museum right across the street as well. It's a little bit warmer than I thought it was going to be today. That makes me happy. And even the new builds have that old kind of old-fashioned feel to it. So when I got out here, I actually went over to Wendell's bookstore right across the street. It's a little cafe. And used their restroom after a 2-hour transit ride. So this is the corner where we're starting. We're going to go up this way a little bit, and then we're going to go back down the main road towards where I am meeting a friend for a little bit of a snack before we head out to Marion Bay. So, anyways, one of my friends, Tierney, actually came out here last year when the world descended upon Vancouver for the Eras tour. Tierney was like, I'm out. And she came and stayed in a little bed and breakfast here in Fort Langley for the whole weekend and just had a little retreat. Look at those little trees. Those are just so you can see here. That's how big the trees are. They're just teeny tiny. My goodness, so adorable. So we're going to do a little walk up here, turn around, head back, and go up the main road. There is antique stores. There's cute little crafty kind of stores. All kinds of, you could, I don't know, spend all day here looking around. Oh yeah, here we go. This is where the village, oh, everything's backwards. I got to figure out if there's a way to fix that for the next tour. I forgot about it. So Village Antique Mall up here. Oh, cranberries naturally. Now, I remember hearing that they actually do a cranberry festival out here in the fall. Isn't this just so cute? Oh, look at the little carousel horse in the window. I love it. Very cute little shop. And, oh, what a cute little spot to come and sit. Very nice. Got old Santa and the snowman here as well. This is the actual antique mall. I better not spend too much time looking here, or I might find things to buy. Look at the old-fashioned sleigh. That is great. All the baskets. Ooh, stained glass windows. When I have my house, I want to have a stained glass window. Well, I actually already do have a stained glass window that my friend Luke made for me. So this afternoon, at the end of the tour, I'm going to wind up at what is called the Little White House, I don't know, store and cafe or something, tea salon. And they do I can't remember the right name. I want to say it's like a mini afternoon tea. Like it's a sampler of what they do for afternoon tea. Everything's just cute here. And so it's really neat that you can do kind of a mini one. So we're going to go there and have a little bit of fun, snack, and some nice hot tea before we head out to Marion Wright. So Fort Langley is known for filming Hallmark movies out here, as you can tell by how cute it is. There's been several of them filmed here, and if you haven't already figured it out, there we go. There's a National Historic Site of Fort Langley over there. I am a huge fan of Hallmark movies. I absolutely love them. And I found out that one of my current faves, A Very Merry Bridesmaid, that movie was filmed out here in Fort Langley. Lots of Hallmark movies are filmed out in this area and in Vancouver. And I was reading up on my stats this morning, and I think there's something like Hallmark films like 60 different movies, shows under their umbrella in the Lower Mainland a year, like annually. Isn't that crazy? Also, the TV show One Calls the Heart is out in this area as well. Oh, the windows aren't just cute today. And lots of other shows have filmed here as well. Supernatural, Once Upon a Time. Today I found out that some of the Airbud franchises were filmed out here as well. I had no idea about that. I had totally forgotten that stat. Sorry, everything is backwards. I don't remember that being a thing before with StreamYard. That's where I do my streaming from. There's some little churches out here. One of these days, I want to come to this bakery, blacksmith bakery. It just seems really good, really cool. It's got a fun little patio here. And I remember as a kid, we came out this way once for my church's family camp weekend. We usually used to go to a camp down on Whidbey Island in Washington State. But one year we went to one out here at a Bible college, and we actually all went to Fort Langley for the day. And I had to laugh because there's Fort Langley here, and then at the little at the camp we went to in Washington State on Whidbey Island, there was actually a little town nearby that we would go into for ice cream and shopping in a Star store called Langley. And so I just thought it was so funny that there was a Langley on Whidbey Island. The little donkey. Oh, I think that might be I don't remember there being a little donkey, but it was also, I think, almost 2 years ago that I was out here last. I love all the swirly white paint on the windows here. Ooh, this is a really cute stop. The little donkey is actually quite a cute little place in here. Look at that. Now we're getting up to, ooh, this is a beautiful Christmas display. We're getting close to the main road here. Isn't that beautiful with the gold and the greens, the light greens? Very nice. The mason jar merchant. Ooh, this might be my new favorite Christmas combination color. I love that they have the little cake stands with stuff on them. Oh, gingerbread house. Yeah, I love that kind of rose gold and turquoise. That's beautiful. Yeah, this is all the artwork I was saying that I think is so cute. They all have it. So I wonder if they maybe hire somebody from the little business association or something to do all the windows so they're all kind of the same. True aromatherapy products and spa. Tap. Oh, haha. John Walter. Oh, this is a historic spot. John Walter Berry. This is him here. His wife Lydia and their first two children moved to Langley in 1897 from Ontario, where he taught school. J.W., also known as Jack, came to join his friend John Moss Coulter to buy the general stores in Murrayville and Fort Langley. Murrayville, I think, is close to here. The Berries ran the general store at Murray's Corners for several years before starting up the Belmont Dairy Farm. Jack served the community as chair of the school board, president of the Fraser Valley Milk Producers Association, and as MLA. Jack and Lydia are buried side by side in the Murrayville Cemetery. So there was a building here, and it was actually, this is what was actually the Hudson's Bay um, fur trading building. And they had their store in here for the first while, and then I don't know if they had the building rebuilt or if they owned it or if they were renting or what, but they rebuilt the building and then kind of did a modern building, but in old-fashioned style. Look at those gingerbread houses. I love it. Aw, watermelon tree. Baby and kids store. How cute. So that is Wendell's Books right across the street here. Whoops, doing reverse image. This is driving me a little bit crazy to be able to get everything in the picture. No, I'm doing it wrong. The other way, maybe. I'm sorry. Yes, there we go. Wendell's Books at the end. Blueberry Meadows Interiors. Treasure Landing. And then I think, if I remember correctly, this might be part of where they do the Cranberry Festival right here. Into chocolate. Candy and confections. Ooh, love this. Everything's in kind of like pink and mint green. Very kind of almost a bit of a Grinch Whoville original version feel to it, doesn't it? Little jukebox, Jingle Bell Rock. Very, very cute. I don't like tree branches as decorations. I'm just not a nature girl. I can't help it. I wish I was more of a nature girl. I mean, I had that one day that I sat in Biloxi down at the beach, and I was like, okay, I kind of feel like I get this a little bit. But on the whole, not so much. Beautiful flower arrangement here. Look at that. I don't want people to think I'm filming them sitting inside. So there we go. We'll park across the street. And see, this place is just filled with cute little spots. This is Beatnik's Bistro. I'm a sucker for a good patio with lights. I really am. Waiting for these guys to kind of go by, but they're not moving. And I like all the. One of my friends posted on Facebook the other day question of wanting to decorate for Christmas, and are you a colored lights or a white lights kind of person? And if you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said I was colored lights. Now I am more of a white light or one consistent color. Isn't this just adorable? Look at this little patio. And some people said they're more of like blue lights. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now I might have to just dip across the street here. We have Shoes of Europe, Diora Boutique, but that's not what I'm talking about. There is the coffee shop I started my tour at last time. Ooh, Roxanne's, a Fort Langley men's and ladies hats. I really wish this wasn't reverse image. I've got to Google to figure out how to fix that. It's driving me cray. Maybe not. jaywalking in front of a car that has a driver in it. You know, I wonder if these buildings, I think they're original, but I love this kind of, it's so cute, so cute. Oh, there's a crosswalk up here. Maybe I should go to the crosswalk. And yeah, I should go to the crosswalk. Now, yes, it's not doing too bad out here for how bad the economy's been right lately. Now, I have, oh, it said temporarily closed. Oh, it's a 50s diner, and I really wanted to come here, and now it's going to be gone. And that makes me sad because I love 50s diners. Look at that. Oh, now it's going to be gourmet donuts and coffee. I wonder if maybe they'll keep the cute booths and everything. The last time I came out here, I was so excited to go to this restaurant. And I didn't realize it was closed on Wednesdays, and I came out on a Wednesday. I was like, really? So I was sad about that. And yeah. So then I ended up going all the way into actual Langley. This is some of the neighborhood here. To find a different diner. And then I ended up at Brogan's Diner, which has actually been used in some Hallmark movies. Now, this building up here, the yellow one, we'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to go check out over here on this side. And we're going to cross the street. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to go up here a little bit to where this Republica is. Yeah, I'm just kind of skirting past these shops. We'll take a good look at them in a little minute. I wanted to get you over to here. I love this little area here. This is my favorite part of Fort Langley. So we've got Republica, Coffee Roasters, Wild Moon, and Star. But look at this wall. So we got all these picnic tables here and murals. I love it. Look at all the hearts. We know I love hearts. Oh, sorry, trying to get... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Get the turquoise and the hearts. If that isn't totally me, I don't know what is. There we go. Fort Langley fun. These guys are so cool. Do you guys know it's been almost 4 years since I did my very first virtual tour. It was of Canada Place and the Christmas windows, the Woodward's Christmas windows on December 21st, 4 years ago in 2021. It's like they know I'm here. Look at this mural as well. The I Love Fort Langley. And it's got coffee and ice cream and hearts. So cute. I'll come back a bit so I can show you better. Kind of a more broader view. This is Republica Coffee. Very cool little spot. Look at the trees with the big bows on them. There's a bike rack. There we go. Again, backwards. Sorry. Ah, but that's okay. It's still beautiful and pretty. And this wild moon and star. How cute is this little mystical kind of shop? Very pretty. It's got a whole little oasis back here. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Isn't that cute? Look at the lanterns. Mm. Oh, there's a squirrel back there. Ooh, my fingers are getting cold. So if this doesn't set you off in the Christmas mood, I don't know what will do it. I really don't. This is very Christmassy. Um, I'm not going to be doing a tour from Merry and Bright because the reception out there is really bad. And I tried to do one the first year I went out 2 years ago, and it just was not working. Ooh, sound bath. Salt lamps. And I was really disappointed because I was so excited to show you guys how cool it was. I have taken pictures. I'll take more pictures today. And I'll probably do a little live while I'm out there when I find a spot that works. There is some really great reception, but then you walk 5 feet and there's nothing. It's crazy. So this little area we went through is called Gasoline Alley. And it says Gasoline Alley dates from the 1950s when Kelsey Moore established his electrical and plumbing contracting business here. He added other buildings as needed, and some of these were occupied by other businesses, including a barber shop. The alley retained its appearance after Kelsey's death in 1965, but by 1985 had been adapted for retail spaces. Gasoline Alley captures the character and charm of the village of Fort Langley. So this is referred to the village. Ooh, I hear a train. Here goes a train. CN, Canadian National Rail, way down there. Cargo train. Aw, the sound of trains, so soothing, but also makes me miss my job at Rocky Mountaineer. But hey, I work on double-decker buses now. Okay, carrying on in our little exploring adventure of this beautiful little town. Like, see, there's just all kinds of little shops that you could spend hours looking in. Oh, look at the little mouse, mice bride and groom. Big snowflake here. Yeah, see, all the windows have that same swirly trees and everything. It must have been commissioned by like the little town business association or something. I like the mug that says the world needs more Canada. No comment. So pretty. More hearts. Making s'more memories. That's awesome. Did you guys catch the tour I went to in? Oh, wait, no, the s'more shop was closed when I did it. I did go back and have s'mores. That was an amazing experience, having s'mores in Calgary. And now s'mores are just such a thing. My niece loves doing s'mores with her friends. Apparently, they even have little candle things now where you can do it just like right in the house. Trains, toys. Ooh, my nose is cold. Ooh, trumpet. My brother played trumpet in school. My other brother played clarinet. So by the time I came along, I got to pick, did I want to play trumpet or did I want to play clarinet? And I went for the clarinet. Look at these. These have a very Grinchy Whoville kind of feel to them. These gingerbread looking trees. Oh, see, this is when I have my house in New Orleans, one of the bedrooms, one of the guest rooms is going to be decorated with old musical instruments. Oh, they've got old license plates in the back. Ha, Nelson's Encyclopedia. I remember when we had encyclopedias growing up and we'd get the new yearbook and then had to add in a bunch of stickers or something into the books that we already had to update them or something like that. Very cool. I used to have a license plate from Tennessee, but I lost it after that whole thing when I did a lot of moving in a very short amount of time. I lost a lot of stuff back then. All right, here we go. Maybe don't run me over, driver, because you'll get it on video. How do people drive kind of crazy now? I don't really like it. So see this building up here. This is a Fort Langley Community Hall. It has been used in all kinds of movies, including, like I said, A Very Merry Bridesmaid, my favorite. And in Once Upon a Time, I believe it is might even be a community hall in Once Upon a Time. So the funny part is that in Once Upon a Time, they use this building out here, but most of the entire show is filmed, I want to say about an hour's drive from here, all the way out in Steveston. I've done a couple of tours on that. I usually, somewhere around the end of March, I usually do a Steveston tour because that is a celebration of Once Upon a Time Day in the city of Steveston where they did the filming. Now, for all the Saturdays until Christmas, they're going to be doing markets, craft markets, farmers markets out here. Snowman here, very cute. Woo. Cold hands, cold hands. And it's got a nice little area. It looks like those benches have dedications on them as well. Go down to the other side here. It's been rainy out here for a while, so I'm just trying to be a little bit cautious. I don't want to slide in the mud. I don't want to take you down with me. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, is that a Christmas goose? Canadian geese? I don't even know. Very sweet. They did a big tree lighting ceremony, I believe, on the weekend out here for this beautiful tree. Something they do every year. I bet it looks really cute. Very pretty at night. There we go. Community hall behind it there. Big celebration. I think they had free hot chocolate and goodies. Very nice. kind of love the fact that I live in an area where it's known for filming Hallmark movies. We actually, a few weeks ago at my other job, we had a Hallmark movie actress shopping. And they didn't even come in and tell me because I was on my break. I go and I'm like looking at out the window of the back room door, and not bathroom, back room. And they're like, oh, it's okay. She's gone. She didn't want to be noticed. I'm like, well, then how do you know she was a Hallmark movie actress? Duh. Silly people. The Iron Chef. Now, I got off the bus to come here just around the corner, and I saw another cute little shop that I thought we'd go do a window walk as we're getting close to wrapping up the tour. Look at that big bear. This is the Trading Post Eatery. Oh, that's a little bus like I was just on, coming here. Very cute little bus. All right, just up here. Just up here a little bit. Let's see what this is. Oh, the core store. Okay, it looked cuter than what this is. I think it was just the windows. Oh yeah, and that community hall, when they first built it way back in like, I think it was the early 1900s, they had a big ball in the grand ballroom to open it. You know, if I could travel back in time, you ever thought about this? If you could travel back in time, where would you go back to? And I would, without a doubt, go back to a time period when they had grand balls and you had to dress up in big fancy dresses and the hair with all the curls and some puffy sleeves and crinolines and all of that goodness. That is where I would travel back to. I have always wanted to go to a ball, and there is there's a movie, country music movie, that was filmed in Louisiana, and it's supposed to be the town of St. Francisville. No, St. Augustine, and it's actually St. Francisville. And in it, the country singer is trying to woo back his former girlfriend who he jilted at the altar, kind of a thing. And in the process of wooing her back when they reconnect, because he didn't know it, but they have a daughter together, he decides to take her to New Orleans. And the little girl is helping her mama get ready. And the mom is like, oh, yeah, I borrowed this dress from Miss So-and-so. She wore it to like one of the Mardi Gras balls last year. And that's like, I would love to go to any ball, but I would lose my mind if I could go to one of those big fancy Mardi Gras balls. Now, this is where I'm coming for my mini afternoon tea across the street. They don't do reservations for the mini tea, so I'm hoping on a random Thursday it's okay. And we don't have to wait long to get in. Oh, there's another little church here in Langley. Not the sushi store. Look at this house on the corner. Now this kind of house. Now it's a business, not a house anymore. But this would be my dream home. Something like this, painted in bright colors, with all kinds of little nooks and crannies in it, built-ins, and beauty. That would be so fantastic. And up here is where we are going to end today's tour. We have our little Fort Langley cemetery here. More cuteness up the road. A lot of businesses up this end and studios. I like that they've kept the architecture consistent with the old style stuff. I'm gonna run across the street. You didn't see this. I did not just run in traffic. Yeah, lots of studios over here. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed my little tour of Popstar just went by. Little tour of the cuteness of Langley, Fort Langley. Um, there's a little shop in Langley that I want to go to. I'm trying to develop a tour for that area, though. It's called something about Red Velvet Cafe, and it's like a little, almost like a general store and cafe. I love multi-businesses. So this is where I'm coming today. It's called the Little White House Store and Salon Cafe. High tea service all day. Clothing, decor, vintage jewelry, beauty, children, and gifts. Now, one of my friends has come out here, said she doesn't like it. One of my other friends came out here, said it was really cute. So I've decided it is time to find out for myself. Isn't this just the cutest? I think it is very adorable. Look at the white tree, so pretty. I just realized those were giant mittens. And a hat. Ah, that's great. Holy. Can you imagine knitting something like that? That's like for the Green Giant. Crazy. All right. My little fingers are frozen. Hey, there you are. Ooh, my nose looks cold too. All right, well, there we go. That was our fun little tour of Fort Langley. Little bit of history. Actually, Langley, it's named after the general manager of the Hudson's Bay Company. Director, yes, the director of the Hudson's Bay Company. I want to say the name was like Thomas Langley or something like that. And then they named it Fort Langley. And there was a whole big thing about light lamp posts when they first started the town. This is the township of Langley, not to be confused with the city of Langley. Those are two different things. Anyways, I hope you've had some fun. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Fort Langley. Maybe one day, if you're not from Vancouver, or even if you are, you'll make it out here for a little visit. I think summer would be fabulous, or an evening winter stroll. Christmassy stroll would be great. So with that, my friends, I'm going to say thanks for joining in today. If you're catching this on the replay, let me know. I hope you had a great time today. And yeah, we're gonna say goodbye for now, and I will see you later.